welcome to a brand new episode of Sequel Rites, the podcast where we take a look at the franchises that make you go, they made how many of those? And we give each and every sequel a fair trial. My name is Justin Camps, and I'm here with
Elizabeth Helly
and
Tyler Hymanson.
And we are here wrapping up our coverage of the Conjuring universe with the brand new, in theaters right now, The Conjuring Last Rites.
Sequel Rites.
That's right.
That's right.
Last sequel rights.
I
can't believe it's over.
The allegedly final.
Yes, I think we can maybe spoil at the top. This movie is destroying at the box office this weekend, so probably not the last one.
It is going bananas. It's like the third highest grossing horror debut of all time.
Yes.
I do think that they will leave Ed and Lorraine out of it, though, because they really brought it all home.
We'll get into it.
All right.
Tyler and I saw this movie together.
We got a typed out epilogue and everything, okay?
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, before we get too far into things, Eliz, where can people reach out?
You can email us, sequelrights@gmail.com, or talk to us on Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Facebook as Sequel Rights.
And rate and review wherever you're listening. Helps other people find the show if you've already done that. Share out on one of those social medias some of your favorite episodes or series that we've covered. We do have some revisits on the horizon, but some of them further than we originally anticipated.
Everything getting pushed to next year.
2026 was like, get over here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get over there.
Yeah, get over
there. And yeah, if you're coming to this episode to hear the last rites, but you want to check out the entire universe of episodes, we just spent the last couple months or so going through the Conjuring universe, including Annabelle and the Nun, obviously.
The Nun.
No, La
Llorona, no.
No, definitely not.
She's decanonized.
Decanon.
Right. So,
Decanon.
If you want to check those out, that'd be awesome, and work your way towards this one. But anyways, why don't we get on and conjure those last rites right now?
The devil has come to Pennsylvania.
Jack and Janet Smurl claim that an evil presence has found its way into their home.
8 people live in this house. 8 people have experienced this. 8 people are not crazy.
So, when did this start?
Heather's confirmation.
7th of September.
There's something in the attic.
Ed, there's an evil here. Something I've felt before. This thing in your house is a demon. It's the first one that we ever encountered. We were young. We were scared. We ran away. And after all these years, it wasn't done with our family.
We gotta put in one last quiet part.
Scary.
And the Actually, I kind of want to download that as a notification.
That's
a good one.
I bet it's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I kept thinking that like carousel like wind up toy that we see or whatever was gonna play.
Was the same one somehow, but that was just there. It was weird.
We'll talk about it.
They do play it at the very end.
Yeah,
very end. But yeah. Anyways, here we are, The Conjuring Last Rites. The Warrens are back, and we kick things off with old-timey young Warrens.
Old-timey young Warrens.
And
where they found a good old young-looking clone of Patrick Wilson.
This kid's a dead ringer for Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Maybe you should sing a little song.
Maybe you should take over the franchise.
Let me see your Elvis hips impersonation.
Are we rebooting Phantom anytime soon? So that guy looked exactly like
Night
him.
Owl himself.
And the girl did not really look like Vera Farmiga, but the problem is no one looks like Vera Farmiga except for Tyson Farmiga, and if she was there, it'd be way too distracting. So,
but explains so much.
Yes, I know, right? But anyways, so it was another girl, but I do think that this girl did a very good job, especially in like the birth scene, and like I was like, wow, she's really acting her pants off. But she does not look like Vera Farmiga.
This was Orion Smith as young Ed Warren and Madison Lawler as young Lorraine Warren. Mm-hmm. And what was this? It said 1964, I think.
It was clearly before everything.
Yeah.
Very early on, and they're trying to help this poor, well, for once, a not white lady.
Yep.
Which was
That's
shocking.
why they ran away.
Yeah.
Can't save her.
Too bad.
She's got no kids.
The only person we ever bailed on. Yeah.
Oops.
So
they bailed for good reason.
Right, exactly. So she's an antique shop owner. Her dad was that.
She's the antique shop owner's daughter.
Yeah. And then there's a scary mirror with 3 creepy angel heads on the top of it.
Yep.
Spooky mirror that makes you kill yourself.
Or makes you go into premature labor.
Yeah.
That too.
That does
too.
that.
Yeah.
If you ever see a creepy mirror and it's calling out to you, just don't touch it.
Just don't look at it.
Don't touch it.
And unlike every movie and TV show ever, it was not Braxton Hicks. She was really going into labor.
Yeah, so she goes back there, something like challenges her, I guess, and then she goes into early labor, but the demon follows her to the hospital, kind of.
Creepy.
That was creepy. I did not like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the worst place a demon can be
in the
for
hospital.
a woman. Well, like in a hospital or in any OBGYN situation where you're exposed in that way. Like you do not want to see the demon coming out the ceiling.
No. On the ceiling of the hospital. Yeah.
Hell no.
No thanks.
Yeah, effective scene. There's a power outage. The baby's born not well. A minute goes by. And
the doctor tries for 2 seconds and he's like,
tapping
out. Tapping out. Nope.
Based on how many medical things I've seen, I was just like, they're not even gonna try. I know it was the 60s, but I literally just watched like 1400s birth and like Outlander or whatever, and the baby was born stillborn, and they did the thing where they turn it over and basically hit the back, you know, which is like not great, but
more than is what this doctor did.
It was more than what this doctor did. So I was like, okay, that was in like ancient Scotland.
He was like, oh, c'est la vie.
He did a couple compressions and was like, well, next.
Yeah.
Next, baby.
So, and I guess in this moment, we're supposed to believe that God intervenes here. Because
the Lord save this baby.
Because the demon, it's a problem throughout the movie. Unclear what this demon wants.
Well, and it's sort of like either God intervened or the demon retreated for something
happened, or tried or it didn't work or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the mirror disappears.
Well, no, we don't even know what happens.
That's right.
Well, it's like we move on from it.
I just think it was really funny how very, very much later when they reveal that they figured out it was the same mirror, the family's like, well, so what happened to that lady? And they're like, I don't know. They don't even say
like, sadly,
we just called her and we found out that she died, or she moved to Kentucky and lives with her 3 kids or something.
It is very weird that there's like a 20-year gap of like this cursed object that is unbeatable by any other force, and it just kind of like disappears and ends up at a swap meet.
Yeah, Pennsylvania swap meet.
Yep. Bad planner.
I mean, if they all killed themselves, probably everything from the thrift store would eventually go to, or the antique shop would eventually end up being antiqued.
Yeah. I will say, like, after the baby is okay and then, everyone's happy, we get this, what I thought was pretty, knowing that this is the final movie, I thought this had this pretty effective, like emotional montage of like them going home and the baby growing up. And then, and for a little while, it's like the young Warrens. And then we get like the, adult Patrick Wilson and everything.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty like moving. I was
And then
a
it
little
cuts
bit
to like a bad babysitter, and there's like a weird misadventure.
Yeah, see, that was
just
what was
glossed
bugging
right
me.
over that.
I was like, poor Sterling Jarens has been recast now for the third or fourth time, and what's her face, McKenna Grace, is nowhere to be seen because I didn't want to pay for using her image again. They did use the original girl in the locket picture still, but in this flashback, it's all just some new girl, and
But yes, it's nice. It's a good montage.
I liked it. I was like, oh, this is the.
And
so
it
happy.
really, I mean, they all have sort of been about Lorraine and a little bit less about Ed, but this one even more is really about Lorraine and Judy and their relationship and a mother-daughter thing, and Ed's just kind of like, oh, my heart.
Sometimes he can't get his pills.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that, but
he drops them.
Sometimes he needs a heart pill.
He really is kind of like comic relief in a lot of this too, but I don't mind because I just love Patrick Wilson so much. He's exactly like how he is in Aquaman too. Like serious stuff's happening, and he'll just be like, they go out to dinner. I don't even remember why. Oh, they have a lecture. It's once they grow up, they go to a lecture. She's watching the lecture. It's unclear if it's her school or what, but I think she graduated. She's with them at the lecture, and the kids are like not having it because Ghostbusters has already been released.
You know what? I think that this is the most true thing that's happened in this.
This absolutely happened to them every day after Ghostbusters came out.
There's now only like 5 kids in attendance, and they're all like,
Dr. Venkman.
Did you get slimed?
I do like that they are able to play that for laughs and sort of like, because Judy Warren Spira is still involved, with the filmmakers, and she's like, nah, it sucked after this. Go ahead, show them like talking to 5 people because that's what happened, you know, like, so, I thought that was pretty funny.
It was good.
Some kid, saying who you're going to call or whatever. It's just like, ugh.
So, but then they end up at the Italian restaurant after, which they're trying to get to Patrick Wilson comedy.
Right. Okay. So they're trying to order, except Lorraine and Judy are going back and forth having horrible.
Yeah, they're being haunted in this Italian restaurant.
Yeah, they're being haunted. And he's just like, oh, God, I got to eat heart healthy. And then he's like, how about the sliced steak over greens? Yeah. Can you give that to me with chicken? And the waitress is like, yeah. And the whole time, like, they're being haunted. They're being like, and he's like, I can't eat anything.
He's like, I wish I could have lasagna.
Yeah. And then they're probably like, okay, she'll have the lasagna. And he's like, I wish I could have lasagna.
It's like, isn't that how the scene ends with him being like, I wish I could have lasagna? But next scene.
It really reminds me of like The Simpsons for some reason. Me and my brother always really fixated on this one line of, I want to say it's Hans Moleman for some reason going, I want some taquitos. I don't remember why he said it. I just remember that we always quote him going, I want some taquitos.
If I remember, it's in the same cadence of, I was saying boo errands.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's one of my favorite lines ever. But anyways.
Classic.
I want some lasagna. Okay. So then also in the montage, we're introduced to the coping technique that Lorraine teaches Judy when she is,
seeing things,
seeing ghosts.
Polly
Horrible
Pocket
things.
had a locket and had a locket too.
Kitty,
and I kept thinking they were saying
found it.
I kept thinking they were saying Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher found it.
Oh.
But I think she was saying Kitty Fisher.
Okay.
But sometimes
Fisher.
I was like,
but Carrie Fisher found it.
Yeah.
And it was full of cocaine.
terrible.
It's not even Polly Pocket. It's something else. But I could only think of Polly Pocket.
And then it ends with saying like, "You're not there."
You're not there. Yeah, that's sort of the thing.
That's the main thing that they use later.
So I knew Tyler was immediately going to think of this.
It is. We have now had a cross-franchise convergence event because this is very much in the same vein of The Accountants. Mumbling of the Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy, born on Monday. Was it died on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Something Wednesday.
It's a whole thing, but yeah, that's
learn
okay.
the days of the week. Yeah. I don't know.
We got to get those two together.
I think the Solomon Grundy thing is a little bit a better mechanism than this Polly Pocket thing, but whatever.
Well, for one, it works for him, and it does not work for her.
Yeah, well, and
it works a couple times.
That one's more of a poem, where this one she kept kind of going into Yankee Doodle a little bit with the tune, which I was like,
she was sometimes singing it, sometimes whispering it as a chant over and over again.
So I don't know. The accountant falls into this modern trope that is newly emerging in the last 10 to 20 years.
Indeed.
Of that people who have autism.
If you have a disability, you are superpowered.
If you are neurodivergent, you're superpowered in some sort of way.
And the second movie, since we're talking about sequels, just very quickly.
I haven't seen the
We love The Accountants, by the way. You haven't seen them?
I haven't seen the second one.
The second movie takes this concept to greater heights, and that it's not just about autism. If you have a traumatic brain injury, you become unstoppable.
Yeah. You can obtain autistic genius.
Whoa.
You could be you could just be a regular doctor, and if you have a traumatic brain injury, you could become the good doctor. Okay.
You could be cast. You could be played by a different, hotter lady.
Yeah.
if you go through the windshield of a car.
Yes. Oh my God. I love that movie. I love The Accountant mostly because of John Barenthal.
Yeah.
But
that's not what we're talking about here.
No, we're not. God, maybe we should, honestly. Maybe after this to talk about The Accountant.
Do a twofer.
We could get some real accountants on as guests.
We could.
That's right.
Okay, so so this movie, let's talk about the family, I suppose.
Okay.
So we get this family.
Smurls?
The Smurls.
Yeah, they're sort of coming up. Well, that's their real name.
I know.
Terrible.
That's what makes it real.
Why'd they choose it? Why?
So we're concurrently seeing this family become increasingly haunted.
Yeah.
We're back to a good old haunted house story after last.
And 4 to 5 daughters is sort of the magic number. Yeah.
After the last one.
Yeah.
A few things I like about this. I like it's a multi-generational home. I like the setting next to this Pennsylvania coal plant. I think it's a really cinematic place for this house to be. I think all that stuff looks nice.
I like the 80s VHS tapes.
Yes, I like the 80s
Beta
VHS.
or whatever they were using. Yeah.
All that stuff is fun.
They didn't have Willow.
They did not have Willow.
That's true.
That's for our 7 hot dog friends out there. And yeah, I think all of this setup is nice. I think that the grandparents gifting this mirror is absolutely insane.
It kind of doesn't make sense.
It is absolutely crazy town frolics.
It's not a beautiful looking mirror. It's like
universally creepy.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees.
Yeah, anyone
universally.
Be like, that's just haunted.
No,
don't look at it.
Also, it's broken. It's still broken from when Lorraine went into
and
labor.
I love that, we'll fix the glass. It's like, what do you mean?
They need to call Safe Light Repair.
Just buy a cheap mirror.
Yeah, they'll do it out on the curb for you.
Yeah.
Curbside mirror.
That would have been amazing if instead of the trash truck, the Safe Light guy came with the little sealing thing to fill it up with gel or whatever.
Unless I'm missing something, I don't think that in the 80s mirrors were hard to come by.
Yeah.
But you can't pass up a deal at the swap meet.
Yeah, I guess.
This guy couldn't wait to get it out of his truck.
Much like how they have 7 versions of Annabelle that become increasingly dirty and creepy. This mirror also became increasingly encroached upon by grime and dirt and mildew or whatever.
More and more used as it went on.
Yeah.
And spun.
Oh my gosh, it spun so fast.
Spinning mirrors.
Spinning mirrors.
Someone should invent that. Yeah.
So, then we start getting basically this A-B plot thing that's happening with the haunted family and the Warrens. And that continues for about an hour and a half.
Forever. About forever.
Yeah. That is one of the insane things about this movie is that the Warrens do not get introduced to this case until well into the third act of the movie.
It takes a long time.
Well, because they're trying to create this tension over the fact that they've retired
from
active casework.
Yeah, because Ed can't even have lasagna.
Yeah.
I feel like they're also dealing with the fact that like, once they get there and see the mirror, they're gonna immediately be like, oh, it's the fucking mirror. There's no like once they get there, there's not much mystery. Like, what's happening? They find the mirror pretty quick, and we
can get to that too, where it's like even, we can talk about. She sees the mirror and she's like, "There's spirits here, but I'm being blocked by something." And it's like, you mean the plot to Conjuring 2?
Yeah, there's a lot of repeat stuff
retreads.
That happens.
But the thing that's happening is that I guess the thing that they're trying to set up is that this mirror is trying to pull them, closer to this case or whatever else it is. And what that results in is a bunch of kind of low stakes jump scares.
Let's mess with Judy.
Yeah.
I did think they were good though. I was in the IMAX. Did you go?
We saw IMAX too.
The jump scares did get me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There was one that scared the shit out of me. The one when he sees the lady at the end of the bed, I think.
Oh yeah, that guy.
I was like,
yeah. And it's funny. I went by myself, but there was some girl next to me who had like a quarter zip and was fully like it was all the way around her.
My hand was over my
her
face.
Little eye was poking out for the entire movie, and I was like, oh my god, can you breathe?
I think the best part, we were in a pretty full crowd too, and I think the best part, as far as like crowd reaction and everything, was the whole like birthday party VHS tape section where she's like watching back the blowing out the candle. Or not a birthday party.
I still really couldn't even see that enough to have it be that scary.
Well,
but
it was so funny. Like before they even showed anything, like every time they paused it, it was like different people in the audience were like, "Oh god!" Like people were like,
they were like pre-anticipating.
No, people, they're like before the scare actually happened, people were like, "Oh Jesus!"
Yeah, no, it's her confirmation.
Confirmation.
Which I was like, why do you blow out a candle on the cake for the confirmation?
I don't know.
I thought that was weird.
But I thought that was some good tension.
Yes.
Because I think, VHS footage is just inherently creepy.
Yeah.
It was a good scare. I was disappointed by the result of it. I did not like how it built. Yeah. And I feel like you
didn't like the her turning around and seeing the axe and then the guy coming after her.
The axe was pretty crazy. I don't think we've ever seen any of these demons straight up go at people with an axe.
Yeah.
Like even the crooked man and the nun, they just kind of run after you, or the goat, or whatever, or the other demons.
It was never clear what would happen if they caught you.
Like a dude with an axe, that is going for them.
Yeah. I thought that was cool, and he was pretty creepy.
He was.
Yeah.
The ghosts were creepy, but it's weird to find out that like the one ghost was a bad ghost, and the other ones were just like people that got
normal
killed.
ghosts. Like ostensibly the scariest ghost, which is the lady, is just like a lady,
just like the grandma,
mother-in-law.
Yeah, right.
His mother-in-law. No wonder he killed her. Yeah, I don't. And then they do kind of explain it away, the whole thing of like the demons controlling these spirits that are stuck here, similar to what's his face, Bill Billison or whatever his name was.
With Valak. Yeah.
But
there was some hidden Valaks in this movie.
I only saw in the credits. Yeah. Oh, okay.
In the credits. Yeah. The baby blocks.
Yeah. There was because we're so engrossed in this franchise, there was multiple times where I was like, ah! And like nobody around me was reacting, and I was like,
I know,
mind.
Oh shit, that guy. Oh
fuck. Oh fuck, it's that guy. Yeah. I guess we should talk about
the barbecue.
Let's talk about what's happening with her and
You're talking about
this
Tony.
Boy. We're talking about Tony.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of comedic, you're coming to marry my daughter and I'm going to be funny or whatever. But to their credit, and probably just Patrick Wilson being himself, it never gets to that creepy point where you're like, oh God, this dad. Like he is just kind of giving him a little bit of shit here.
I mean, he's acting as if when I met Patrick Wilson, I'm like, I want this man to like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we get introduced to Judy's boyfriend, Tony Spera.
She was playing along with it too. Like when he was like, oh, I just really want your parents to like me. And she's like, my mom loves you. And then just walks away.
Yeah, and then he's like, but what about? That's so funny.
So yeah, and this is, based on the real guy that Judy married, and he does end up working with them and taking over and everything. So it's interesting to see how it kind of started.
Was he really an ex-cop?
Yes, he was, but I don't know how true. Obviously, that weird story about
that story's pretty crazy.
It's a pretty crazy story. Like I could totally see why. And
it was like it's a good explanation for why he wanted to go propose to Judy. And all that stuff.
After only 1 week. Yeah. But
good motivation, I guess.
Speaking of cops, we have Ed's birthday party, and I couldn't remember why this actor looked so familiar. And then when he turns his head, I'm like, that guy is that guy. So I just was so excited. I mean, because they made a big deal about how this is the last one. Yeah. And so this birthday party, I was like, that's so cool. They brought back these two characters. I'm so excited. Which later, then my mind was blown even more.
Yeah.
But of course, they brought back, I think his name's Drew, the Asian assistant, my favorite character ever. He's there. He's playing ping pong. He's there at the proposal for some reason, just because he gets to be in the scene.
Also, this is the part where we pause for anybody that's in development out there. We do have a pitch for Drew's Adventures.
Yes.
The Conjuring TV series of him. It's a procedural, solving adventures, spooky adventures on his own, coming to HBO Max.
Yes.
Call us.
Love him. Shannon Kook, the actor, call us too. Anyway, so their Asian assistant is still there. I love that they still continue to work with him this entire time.
Yes.
And that he's probably a composite character that doesn't exist in real life. But then we also get the cop from the first Conjuring who got shot in the face by the demon, which I guess we did have demons killing people with real weapons, but he lived, but he does have a big old scar on his face, and he's using it to scare little Tony as well.
Does it in a very fun way.
Yeah. That was great. I like that.
He's like, do you want to know how I got this scar? But I was happy to see those guys. And then I also thought it was really funny that they play it for laughs that Ed is seen going into the room with some people that are visiting, giving the same goddamn speech. And you can tell that he's like, here we go. And he also realizes that it's fucking stupid at this point.
He gives the speech in full later in the movie.
Yes, I know, but that's a serious one. When he's giving it to these people, you can tell he's like, oh, here we go again.
It is funny that they just let anybody in there.
No, as long as you don't touch anything.
I guess,
yeah.
You know who else is at the party?
Annabelle.
Yeah.
Father Gordon.
Oh, I was going to say the real life Judy and Tony.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's their cameo. But then Father Gordon showed up and I was like, oh, watch him get knocked out or made useless in some other way.
I'll help you with the grill.
Yeah, and I got to say, I do feel a little bit personally responsible for Father Gordon's fate in this movie because... I called him out.
He does wait till the very last second at the way out of the party to be like, oh, by the way, I've been getting some phone calls. And there's nah, it's not the right time, Father Gordon.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, bro.
Also, the church doesn't even pay us. So.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They don't even like us, probably.
I bet they don't even get money, there's Buffy's coming back again, but podcasts I listen to, they always talk about how the... Watchers Council should have paid Buffy a living wage to be the Slayer because she always has to stay up all night slaying and then has to go to school or go to work at the Double Meat Palace or whatever and how it's just bullshit. So yes, the Warrens should have also been employees to earn a living wage.
Of the church.
Yeah.
Independent contractors.
Yes, absolutely. But Father Gordon is there. And these people... the Schmerls, they kind of turn to the media because they can't get help from their local Catholic guy.
I did like that, they're kind of the daughters are like, come on, Dad, Jesus Christ, how are you, things are happening.
I did like that scene.
I literally puked up blood and glass all over the
That was crazy. I mean, I did like that they were just let's just get the fucking mirror out of here.
That was the best thing that happened in this movie. It was the two sisters just being trash days tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we see it fully get crushed and you're like, oh, that's probably fine.
I mean, and having seen these movies, it's going to make it back into the house, but they really do wait quite a long time
to
show it again, so...
But that was great when she's like starts puking blood everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty sick.
Wild, yeah.
It's fucked up.
And then, it takes all the way till the dad gets levitated or whatever before he's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, fine.
Which is just
You're right. There's something scary happening.
bullshit. It's like, what? Really? You think she ate the glass? Like,
I
she
know.
seems suicidal to you? No. Like,
I understand the first time something happens to the little girl.
like the phone cord and the baby doll.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to believe that.
We were cracking up for the baby doll.
Yes, the baby doll was the funniest thing on the planet. Phone cord, good scare.
Phone cord, good scare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby doll, hilarious. I mean, that was in the very
Baby doll-
first trailer, and I was like,
Yeah.
that looks dumb.
Bad
as fuck.
scare.
Yeah.
Cowboy axe murderer.
Was he a cowboy?
Misdirect.
I thought he was
there was
just
apparently
dude.
there was a cowboy poster where it's like somebody
Oh,
stand
no,
there.
it was John
Oh,
Wayne.
Yeah.
that was
yeah.
a great. That was a great one.
Yeah,
with,
it was
with the mom.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
But then
as
I
fuck.
thought it was funny that it ended up just being a painting of John
Yeah.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Whose real
Fair.
name is Marianne, by the way.
Yeah.
In case you didn't go to USC and hear that on every tour ever.
His real last name's Airport.
Yeah.
John Wayne.
John Wayne Hollywood,
Yeah.
Burbank Airport. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, there were some good scares, but I do think once we get towards the end, it was kind of like.
I think that it's one of those things because they're not engaged with the main haunting until very late on. That there are a lot of like spooky occurrences that are happening around Judy and the family that either result into like they build up tension and build up to a scare that's like, oh, scare. Or they build up like, okay, weird vibes, and then it turns out to be nothing. And you can only stack so many of those things up in a vacuum where it starts to not feel like a cohesive story. And I feel like that is one of the main things that is happening with this movie, is that it does like have these isolated, independently built up, decent scares, but they don't build on each other where some of the more integrated movies do. Mm-hmm. And so that disconnection just makes you start feeling like every scare is cheap. Even though it's not, even if they're well constructed, they're just not chaining on top of each other.
Yeah, I was looking forward to the one of the big centerpiece looking scares from the trailer in the like crazy mirrored bridal.
Oh yeah, that was the dumbest shit ever.
Rey Skywalker Jedi.
And then I didn't think that it was done very well. I guess I thought it was cool when like the one version of her was standing in the way in the back, and I thought they were gonna do more with that. But then like having it be like, oh, that she's like somebody creepy's under the dress and not the main girl.
Right.
Like, I didn't.
It's like, wait, you came back into the room and I didn't see you and you're out underneath the dress?
It weirdly reminded me of that scene in The Others when she's like going into the room and it's like, thinks it's her daughter and then it's like some weird monster baby.
Right.
It was reminding me of that for some reason, just because she's under like a wedding dress type thing. I didn't think that was as good, but
Mirror reflections, classic.
Have
you seen that guy on TikTok? I noticed it where he has the three mirrors in the bathroom and he could do like
he's doing like Bohemian Rhapsody.
or like Hercules or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, my grandparents had a bathroom with a three mirrored thing above the sink, and like we would like be in there for like hours just being like, what? Like, like doing weird stuff and looking in the mirror.
And there's a dope establishing shot of Lorraine with like a 3-mirror thing in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And I do feel like that it's a very cool idea for like setting up scares that I don't think that they did a lot with. However, a lot of mirror scares in the past 20 years of modern horror.
Why would you even have that in a wedding dress shop or any?
I don't know.
Right.
I mean, maybe back then brides wanted to put on the dress and just sit by themselves only and look at the reflection in all directions. But like nowadays it would be like, what would be the point of this? You can't even like take a picture because you're going to be in the reflection and like,
like by the time at the end, by the time we get to the end and it's just like an evil version of the people screaming in the mirror. I'm like, that's not scary. And I think it looks
it looks pretty dumb.
Stupid. Sorry.
It's like remember, it's the same gag as giving Spock a goatee in like it's evil Spock.
Yeah. Oh no, their teeth are sharp.
Yeah.
And their eyes are different colors. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, so yeah, eventually the Warrens get there, and
wait,
yeah,
Father Gordon.
Oh, right, yes.
So they put the Schmerls have put their cry out through the mainstream,
the Catholic network
media, and then
they're on Larry King Live. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. They have been ignored by the church locally, but Father Gordon, being the so useful person that he is, decides to go on his own against the church's wishes and visit them because he's like, I have the in with the Warrens, and so if there's really something going on here, I'll pull his ass out of retirement and get him over here, but I'm gonna check it out myself first.
Let me just toss a little
a little holy water. Even though I get knocked out every time, I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Ooh, and we get some holy water evaporating.
We did, which I liked in The Nun 2 and did not like here because it was on wood and I didn't like it.
It's like you already used that one, shaves.
Yeah.
Also, it got me mildly excited that I was like, is Valak involved again? Somehow?
Yeah.
But that's not the case. But
well, I mean, we're pulling all the other hits. Why not?
Yeah, I was waiting for more of a Nun connection, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, it did not happen. I think we sort of like ruined it for ourselves by hypothesizing.
We just wanted it so bad.
Yeah, the Nun connection.
I mean,
I know Annabelle is around, which I think is obviously it's cheap to go to Annabelle, but it does make sense for the character of Judy.
Yeah.
And it acknowledges the events of Annabelle Comes Home in a way that, yeah, if this demon that's there does appear in what's going to be the worst to you, of course it's going to be Annabelle for Judy because of everything that's happened over the years.
Makes sense.
I like the first time she appears. The second time?
Big Annabelle.
In a big way?
Big CG Annabelle.
Big CG Annabelle is one of the worst things that's ever happened to this franchise.
I don't know about that.
It's
pretty bad. Much?
I hate it.
I didn't like it much either. Well, because I get that it's not actually Annabelle, but we talked about how we like that we never really see her move ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's just like a little bit weird to see her.
You're right.
And then it was, I think all of these movies, we've always had like issue, I think, with whatever ends up being the fully CG character.
Yeah.
There's always one, and it's kind of like, no, I don't.
Yeah, well, and if you're gonna do that, go something crazy. Like this feels cheap. I feel like for all the reasons, I really hated it.
Yeah, but the first time she appears, I really like the way she's doing that like little rhyming chant thing.
Yeah,
and I like the way they shot it where she's rocking on the chair and she's rocking in and out of the darkness. So it's like you can see her face again. So there's like a good tension of like, is something gonna happen? And then
is she gonna move this time?
And then she just disappears, which is it's like it was a good scene, I thought.
And especially after like in the combination with the baby too, like the little mechanical baby. It's like we already had creepy doll.
That's true.
But when Father Gordon goes to the church office, and I was like, hopefully he's gonna go meet a really old Sister Irene, right?
Yeah.
I kept hoping.
I was like, please.
They showed some nuns walking on the stairs. Or at the funeral, I was like, Sister Irene's going to come up to them and be like, I also knew Father Gordon, and I helped him when he was useless on several exorcisms.
I would have been like,
remember how we'd always drop the holy water?
Yeah.
I told him, what a goofball.
But we should not have come up with that idea because then it ruined the whole time. I was like, it's Sister Irene. Sister Irene. She's going to show up, but she didn't. But yes, Annabelle was there, and Father Gordon then goes to talk to the guy at the archdiocese or whatever.
And he gets a scene that kind of feels like, for a minute, I was like, am I watching a Final Destination movie?
Yeah.
Like, you're watching like the power
floor
cord
buffer.
Yeah.
It didn't really make sense
Not
why
at all.
you had to see the floor buffer
cord. And you're like watching the cord, and I'm like, is he going to trip on it? Like, what is this like Final? Like, what's happening here? And then you find out later what he does with it. But
but like, why did we need to see it go off to the side?
It's just I don't know.
It was weird.
I think it's because it's like foreshadowing that it's like, snapping tight, I guess, like once it goes around the corner.
I did think that we were going to get Valak here because that's what would be scary to Father Gordon, right?
Yeah.
Would be another nun. But no, it's just a secretary that disappears and then...
some darkness.
Yeah, like the archdiocese doesn't want to talk to me. Dead.
I mean,
his
hand burns.
The burning cross was pretty cool.
Pretty good.
Because I thought he was going to
like
burst into flames like the guy in
I was saying, Chaves
too.
demonstrated that he is fine burning a priest.
But instead it was even, in a way more visceral, seeing like the blistering of his
him trying to hold on
burning.
to it.
And
And then you just kind of see his eye, like you see that he sees something, and then his eyes just kind of go red, and then it's like,
yeah. I mean, I again do feel personally responsible for his death, but you know what? No.
I mean, they kind of
he was useless.
I was gonna say no one missed him, but they literally did miss him, so I can't really say that.
They cut straight to it. Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's like they show him fully falling and hanging like completely. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I don't know if I need to see that, but okay.
Yeah. And
pretty
then
brutal death for Father Gordon.
It cuts to Ed giving Tony the full speech now of everything in this room has been blah, 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 blah. And then Lorraine and Judy come in having received the phone call, and they're like,
So this does lead me to ask the question that I think that this movie is asking, and I think that this is one of a classic sequel rights people are going to think more about this than maybe the people that made the movie. But when Judy's on the other end of the line, is that supposed to be the scariest thing that the priest has? Or is the demon already in Judy because of the mirror and the birth?
I don't know. I just think that part was stupid.
I don't think I think it was just
But
the
at what
demon
point,
using her voice.
at what point does the demon have hold Judy?
When she touches the mirror.
Yeah.
I guess. But she's also lying a whole bunch.
When is she lying?
Well, when they're at the house. They get to the house, and she's like, I still want to help them. We should help them. We should help all these things, people.
Right.
And she's like, but I still feel like I should be here.
Well, she says it feels like something wants me to be here.
Right.
Which I don't think is a lie.
Well, but I mean, at the same time, I'm just like, if Ed, I was the whole time, I was like, they're going to kill Ed. And I'm like, if he dies, it's because she's like, no, but like, she's like, I can't talk to my mom right now. It's like, yeah, but like, talk about it.
Yeah, I think that's just normal behavior.
I just knew that Ed wasn't going to die because he doesn't die in real life.
They still have another, I'm going to stop your heart, old man.
Yeah. I know.
Or whatever, and I was like, it's the same exact thing.
But it was kind of funny that Judy did it.
Right.
So the funeral, it was kind of wild because honestly, this like, of all things, lowered my opinion of Lorraine when they get to the funeral. Because Lorraine is basically like, wow, I had no idea he was so depressed.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, Lorraine,
All right.
come on
now.
Tell that he didn't commit suicide? Like, what the fuck, Lorraine? Like, that's your friend, and like, you literally know how everyone dies and every spirit, and you
She's lost the touch.
Yeah, you like, also, especially with Catholicism thinking the way they do about suicide, like, I mean, they're kind of like, wow, it's such a shame that Father Gordon's gonna go to hell because he committed suicide. You know, like they don't say it that way, but that's implied because everybody knows that that's how Catholics view it. But yeah, she's like giving this whole speech about how I wish he had told us he was depressed and blah blah blah. And I'm like, Lorraine, I mean, I know you're worried about your daughter,
but be smarter than this,
dude. You're Lorraine.
I agree. I agree with this.
Like the whole speech that she was giving, the eulogy, I was like, what?
She just bought into the whole thing.
She just really wanted it to be over. Yeah, I guess. Like, she was like, you know what? This guy failed to help us.
He didn't really
10 to 12 times. And so I guess he was really bummed out when we told him we wouldn't come back to work.
I'd be sad too.
Yeah.
If I was
he just kept putting us into these most horrible situations of our entire life.
He asked us to come back to the office, and we were like, absolutely not. We're going to work from home.
Yeah.
So anyways.
But Judy knows the truth because she touches
the coffin, and she knows the truth. And I'm like, there's no way Lorraine didn't fucking touch that coffin. Like,
I know.
I'm so offended by this. Like, it was very disappointing. Anyway.
Yeah.
So then Judy drives to Pittsburgh.
Yep. She just kind of disappears and goes by herself.
Yep.
And then everyone else shows up too, including Tony. Tony's along for the ride.
Tony's there.
Tony Spira.
Oh, before this happens, though, Lorraine has the garbage disposal blood sink thing.
Right.
Like, when the blood came out, I was like, okay, but like, yeah, the whole garbage disposal thing, I was like, it was weird because they did use the, like, everyone was so scared that the garbage disposal was going to turn on, have like a saw type situation, but it doesn't. It just she pulls out the locket.
Turns the blood.
And so I thought that was sort of weird, but oh well.
That was a lot of blood.
Yeah.
But it was all fake.
Yep.
But that's how she's like intuits that something's wrong with Judy.
There's just so many of these things in this movie where it's just like, oops, like that was in your mind. Like, don't worry about it. It was fine.
Well, yeah, I think it's kind of.
I get that, and I guess that they are really trying to establish this pattern that when it comes to Judy, then they start fucking up. Mm-hmm. Like,
I think that, yes, I agree with that. That feels true to me, but I also feel like that throughout the movies and throughout, everything else, that Lorraine and Judy's relationship in this feels very weird to me. And that, they would have talked about it more than they have. Like, I feel like even in the other movies, like, they allude to, like, embracing your gift or whatever else it is, and not just like, here's a rhyme that you can do to shut it out.
Well, I'd say Elsa, conceal, don't feel, wear these gloves, don't let them know, like, kind of a thing. And then, the kind of the catharsis is like, sorry, I told you to do that, don't do it anymore.
But I also just feel like that's the most, I mean, look,
she's with, she's clearly like an overprotective mom, and Judy would be worried the whole time if she actually told the truth, then maybe she would like not let her do normal things, like even see your Tony or whatever. Like,
I get that Ed and Lorraine need to have flaws, but also these movies are predicated on them being perfect.
I did think it was
eventually perfect.
Yeah.
A little bit like, what did work for me in this is when later on when Judy is like, when you guys left all the time when I was little, like, I didn't understand it and I was upset. And now I am sort of understanding like why it was so important and why
good.
you had to do it. That moment I did like, but yeah, this funeral thing pissed me off. And then just like, yeah. And then they eventually get there and they're like, all right, we found you. Let's go. Fuck these. Fuck
these people. That was messed up. That was messed up.
She's like, I get that they're white, but like, well.
I know. We can't do anything. He can't have lasagna. We got to go.
So sorry. We only came here for our daughter.
No lasagna for us.
Yeah.
We're now extremely selfish. Bye.
I did love, though, when they drove up, they just completely ignored all the police and the press. And they're like, we're going in.
Yeah, they crossed the like, do not cross line.
Which I thought was
no one tries to stop them. They're just all like, "Oh shit, the Warrens are here."
The Warrens are here.
There's no way that they would all recognize them that quickly in that day and age. Yeah.
Well, by that time they were so popular.
So
no,
famous.
they weren't because of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
They've been forgotten.
I know, it's funny.
But yeah, so they stay and they start to get to know the family. I did like the scene between Tony and Ed where he's like, is like making pancakes part of the thing, and Ed's like, yeah, like he fucks with him like
he's
here
like,
too.
Sometimes it's waffles.
Yeah.
That was to me the best scene.
Sometimes it's singing Elvis.
The best.
I know.
Sometimes sometimes yes. I thought that was the best scene in the movie. I thought that was him like talking to of like, this is why we're good at what we do. This is the thing that we do. We provide community for these people. Like, I thought that was really great, and only Patrick Wilson can make that not come across as corny.
Yeah.
Despite a lot of the rest of the movie being corny.
Yeah, and when Tony shares the story about, this is the same moment where he shares the story about what happened to him, like, Patrick Wilson is like, he's playing the tough guy dad, but then when he hears the story, he's like, has a lot of empathy and is like, wow, that sucks. I get it. Okay, man. Like, you're legit. Like, it was kind of interesting.
All that plays well. Yeah. And I think that is the other reason I love that scene in the movie is that almost makes up for, it's like, how do you get getting the Warrens ingrained with the family as quick as possible, because you've delayed them being a part of this case for the entire movie. Have Patrick Wilson make them pancakes. Like, that does work. It works quite well.
I do like that they immediately dispensed of the grandparents, though, because I was already sick of them anyway, and there was like too many people in this house. If we're gonna have the Warrens and we're gonna have Judy and Tony, we gotta get rid of the grandparents. They're off in the hospital, whatever. I did like that. It was sort of like how the Glatzel parents were like, oh, they're stuck upstairs. They're not here for the exorcism. Like, too bad.
Oh, shoot.
So I like that. But
we should talk a little bit about the Smurl kids. I think that they're all pretty great. I think that the older sisters have a good dynamic. They also have a good dynamic with the dad. And like, the other kids are cute. They're fine. It's good.
Yeah, we spend time with them in the beginning, but then like once the Warrens are there, it's kind of like they disappear a little bit.
Yeah.
I do like the scene where Judy is interacting with, I think, Karen, the one who has the doll.
Yeah.
And the doll scares Judy, and then they eventually it's just nothing happened, and she finds her doll, and she like says to Judy, "Oh, do you like dolls?" And Judy's like, "No, I don't.
Not really.
Oh, okay, like, all right, yeah.
No explanation needed.
Very funny
for the fans.
Yeah. While we're on the subject of all these girls, let's do the Child Star check-in.
Child Star check.
I didn't want to presume it's a new movie.
Child Star check-in. They're a child star, and we're checking in now.
Yeah, so it's not as much of a check-in as more as just like fun facts about these kids that I've gleaned from the internet. But so the two youngest, we have Molly Cartwright, who is Shannon, which is the one that they call them the twins, but they're not even actually like twins in real life or in the movie. I mean, I think they are in the movie.
They're probably in the movie.
They're fraternal. They're not identical, clearly. So Shannon, Molly Cartwright, she's a 10-year-old. She starred in an indie with Reese Ifans. And it's not Venom, but
Shoot.
Yeah. So there's that. Tilly Walker is 7, so they're 3 years apart, but they played twins.
Huh.
That's Karen, the one with the doll. And she is an avid figure skater, gymnast, and cheerleader.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Calm down.
And then the two older girls.
So many things.
Yeah.
So I did, I noticed on IMDb, the full cast is not on there. Not even to what's in the movie is not yet been put on IMDb.
Thanks, Zaslav.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Trying to hide all those cameos. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, which is kind of weird though, because they're credited,
Yeah.
But anyway, so I do not know who any of the young Judys were, the new ones. But
New Judy.
maybe
New
I'll figure
Judy.
it out.
New Judy.
2.0.
So, okay, so Keela Lord Cassidy, who is
Which one is that?
that is
The Lord.
not Dawn. I forgot to write down her name. Which one's Dawn? Dawn is the older one.
There's Heather.
Heather is the one who's having her
Confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So okay,
Keela
Heather.
Lord Cassidy's
Keela Lord Cassidy. Heather. She was in that movie on Netflix, The Wonder, with Florence Pugh that I meant to watch but didn't.
Never seen it.
And then she is in an upcoming movie with Claire Foy called Savage House.
Cool.
Don't know about that. So then Bo Gadsden as Dawn, the older one, the one who pukes up all the glass. And I did think it was interesting because she got her start playing young Jyn Erso in Rogue One. And her and like her sister were discovered together, her younger sister were discovered together as both looking like Felicity Jones. And so the younger one plays her in the very beginning of the movie. And then the next one is in the like flashbacks with, what's his name?
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker as that guy with the breathing thing. God, why can't I remember his name? Oh,
Now you're making me blank on it too. It was
it's a
right there,
stupid
too.
name.
It was right.
He's in
there.
Andor. He huffs the rhodium.
Yeah, rhodium. Yeah,
And
no, we
it's-
can remember
I
the fucking fake
chemical.
mineral.
I remember the fake chemical, but I can't remember the guy's name. Oh my god.
Saw Gerrera.
Saw
I didn't need to look it up.
Saw
I started
Gerrera.
typing it. I remembered.
Lies.
There you go.
Sure you didn't. Sagar rhodium. Get high. Anyways, then there's one. So she was the middle Jenner. So and
That's so funny.
yeah, and it says in her IMDb biography that Felicity Jones complimented both girls, saying that they looked remarkably like her when she was young.
What a compliment.
Like,
What
is
a
that
compliment. Yeah.
I
Wow,
guess it
you
is.
look just like me.
Yeah, so great casting.
Oh.
But yeah, I was like, I actually never even knew that those two Jennerses were sisters, so that's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
That's fun.
And then she also, that's the young Felicity Jones. She also played young Lisbeth Salander, whatever her name is, in Dragon Tattoo,
Yeah.
the one with Claire Foy. And then later, after that, the same actress played not young Claire Foy, but young Vanessa Kirby as young Princess Margaret in The Crown. So she's played
Wow.
Both the young versions of them and the young version of Felicity Jones.
God, that's gonna
Which
fuck you
young
up.
version will she play next?
I know, yeah. So that's her deal.
She played a young version.
It's like I better grow up to be a famous hot lady.
Yeah.
She played a young version of current Heather Smurl.
Yeah, exactly. That's
or
true.
Dawn Smurl. Sorry,
Dawn Smurl. Yeah. All right.
Just kidding.
So yeah, those are the child stars that are here, and we'll see where they go next.
Yeah. We shall see.
I do feel, I didn't look this up, but I do think that, was this filmed in London, even though it takes place in America? Because all of the child actors are British.
The filming was in London.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they hired local, cheaper, no travel. That's it.
Yeah. So I mean, this is where we pretty quickly everyone realizes it's the mirror. We have a creepy attic scene where I'm like, Judy, why would you go? Why would you even go up there?
Why would you go up there? Yeah, and why are you still up there?
Why you continue to go up there? Yeah. Clearly, your mom's not up there. Okay,
Yeah.
Why would you be? Okay, my mom's not up there. I'm gonna go back
maybe
up.
she's under these boards.
There is a point where Lorraine,
maybe she's under this curtain. I don't know.
Lorraine falls into the attic, and I'm like, oh god, it's never good when Lorraine falls into an attic.
No,
like.
I was like, that basement's gonna flood. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Basement. Sorry. Yeah.
And it did start to flood.
So then when she went to the basement, I was like, this can't possibly be good. But then when they started going in the attic, I was like, well, that's different, I guess. But then they when Judy goes up there, it's fine. And this made me think they might have switched the order or something, because she just walks right on in. And then when Patrick Wilson and the dad go up there, they're like, you can only step on the boards because
The floor
there's
is
nothing
lava.
here for insulation.
Yeah.
If you step on it, you'll just immediately fall through. But it didn't come up when Judy was up there.
I did enjoy the horror set piece of two grown men trying to move a heavy piece of furniture. I think that is a great opportunity for Scary Town.
Okay, now pretend it's getting heavy. I know it's made out of foam, but like pretend it's getting heavy. Is it getting heavy?
And then it's like ratchet strapping itself uncovered.
Unratcheting itself, yeah. I was more thinking like, wow, they're really gonna hurt their back. Like,
I mean, you can make an entire short film about two guys being haunted while they're trying to move a couch out of an apartment.
Yeah.
I think
Well, it is kind of funny too, because like
you're vulnerable.
it's like by the whole time it's like, okay, the mirror, the mirror is evil, but it's like other things are attacking you. But by the end of the movie, it's like, no, the mirror is attacking.
It's the actual mirror.
Yeah, what's gonna happen when they look in the mirror? Like, what's gonna happen? It's just a mirror. But no, the fucking mirror is attacking people.
I did think it was funny when the mirror broke his ankle, and then he was like, I can still do it. Let's still lift the mirror. Like, what?
Yeah, how does he keep going?
Well, yeah, and then they sent this is the part of the movie that causes the most ire for me. They're like, all right, let's move this really heavy haunted thing. We know it's going to be crazy. Everything can happen. Tommy, you go get the car.
This was the worst scene
and so
he
runs downstairs and he makes the most aggressive U-turn. It's like, why didn't you park in front of the house?
I was like, what is this like Pennsylvania drift over here like happening? Like, I don't understand.
And then he sees a spooky lady and then he crashes the car and then that's it. And then
but there's that whole like flying around the house.
That was the worst scene in the whole movie to me.
The camera moves.
This freaking drone fake CGI wannabe thing. That was like, I was like, this is the worst
like, you are
moment.
not James Wan and you never will be.
Well, yeah, because especially because it didn't end upside down or sideways or anything. It was just regular ass.
And it was unmotivated in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, it made no sense.
I thought it was like, oh wow, they're gonna show that like Tony's really far away and they're fucked, but it's like, no, he's just on the other side of the house.
Well, and you had said that people were making fun of the trailer for looking like it had really bad CGI with like this blood sink and the
doll,
the old lady and whatever. And when I saw those scenes in the actual movie, I was like, I don't think it's really as bad as I remember it being in the trailer, which often happens. Yep. They beef it up by the time the real movie comes out. But then when it got to this, I was like, oh, this is garbage. Like that scene really took me out of this.
It was weird.
Yeah, it
just
was
like out of
very
nowhere.
bad.
Like, okay, why do we need this though?
Yeah, I think it just has to be like a sunk cost fallacy. They were like, we already spent so much money having the VFX company do this. Like, we can't cut it out of the movie now or whatever. But they should have cut it.
How else are we going to transition to that scene?
Yeah,
you can always cut it.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the spinning mirror?
I thought it was
didn't like that.
Okay, I didn't think it was.
I thought it looked goofy as it started going really fast. But the only thing that I thought was cool for like a split second, it looked like it was creating like a hologram.
Yes, that would have been cool.
Of the demon, and it did for like a second, and I thought it was going to keep doing that, but it didn't quite continue on in that manner. But
so the scene that proceeds from this, I think that I agree with on paper because the Bible burns. The mirror starts
ripping,
crushing, starts Star Wars trash compacting down a hallway.
I did think it was funny when it had him by the
Tony.
neck. Poor Tony.
Killing him, or attempting to.
Trying to, yeah.
Now, I think it's very dumb that, it is with Judy embracing her gift that they're able to expel the demon just by looking back into it and touching the mirror.
Yeah.
However, if you told me that the point of all these movies was that the love of the Warren family is more powerful than the Catholic Church, I buy that. I buy that on paper. And so it's not something I'm against in principle. I am against in execution.
Fair.
Well, it was kind of stupid too because Ed was like, Lorraine, get the book or whatever.
Yeah.
And she runs down to his briefcase and there's 8 Bibles in there.
He's
She
like,
pulls
no,
a random one
get
out.
the good Bible.
It's not like one that that Bible has autism.
Yeah.
Terrible. Oh my God.
It's not like
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, it's not like there was a special one that we know about or anything. She just pulls a random one out and he's reading it. But at the same time, I'm like, you really need to read it at this point. I know you haven't memorized. Just do the freaking exorcism. But the pages are going to start flying around anyway.
Well, I can't remember as much without his lasagna.
Yeah, that's true. He has already had almost a heart attack at this point too. We've already had him reaching for the pills.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, my pills.
Yeah. So
where the mom watches him almost die, and then 5 minutes later he's like, "I'll be back, girls."
Yeah,
Let me go help. Let me go help.
Okay,
Oh, you know what? We totally missed something up until this point. And that is completely possessed Judy fucking up that dog.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
That part actually rules.
The dog, yes. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we haven't had a dog get really effed up since the first one, but that's all off screen.
It is.
But
That
this
was
one
hilarious.
was oh my God, the dog.
It was a classic, I'm going to toss this dog
Yeah.
full speed into a mirror. And everyone's going to be like, what the fuck?
I was hoping when it hit the end of the credits, no animals were harmed.
That's right. I was hoping when it hit the mirror, evil mirror dog.
Evil mirror dog. Now the dog's fine. He just kind of limps off. Yeah. But it was a great scene.
It was.
I totally forgot about that.
It did raise the stakes for possessed Judy to be walking around the house. I guess.
She looked evil enough, I suppose.
I guess.
I do just I don't know. It doesn't the turn of Lorraine suddenly being like,
no, you need to embrace it.
Yeah, no, I told you to run from it, but actually I fucked up.
Really
run
now?
Towards it.
And then why is that why does that work?
I don't know.
Because love unfreezes. What does she say? Love heals the.
They both had power. Yeah, I don't know.
Love heals a frozen heart or whatever.
Right. They just needed double Lorraines to get it done.
And I love that all those girls at the end, they're like, "Bye, Judy," and it's just those kids would be fucking terrified of Judy.
They wouldn't be like,
that girl fucked up their dog.
She didn't afterwards be like, did I do something to your dog? I feel like
I'm
so sorry.
I feel like I have something to apologize for.
That's true. They're all like, let's be pen pals. Let's hang out afterwards.
It's just I nearly killed you all.
Yeah, sorry about that. It wasn't me. I swear.
It just goes to show that little girls will literally take anyone but their own sister and mother on as a role model. Right. Anybody other than the actual role model, this is how girls work. I promise.
They're like, okay, actually, it was pretty cool what you did to the dog.
Yeah. And the fact that you're not my own sister is what makes me like you.
You had powers, okay? I mean, are we ready to get to the wedding?
I mean, this is the greatest scene in all of cinema. It's as good as Tony Stark's funeral.
It was literally exactly like that for this universe.
Yes.
Tony Stark's funeral, but for the Conjuring universe. And I do wonder, I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I felt like we were the only people in the theater that were like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Same.
Everyone else is like, who's that lady?
Yeah.
Who are those people?
It just seemed like random people. Yeah. But I mean, they
never
start
say
by
anything.
showing the cop and the Asian assistant.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, we already knew they were around. And then you get Mrs. Perone and Mackenzie Foy.
You're like, oh shit, Lily Taylor.
Shit, Mackenzie Foy, Lily Taylor. And then you see a very smiley James Wan in the background. James Wan's at the wedding. That's exciting. And then you see the mom and the girl from Conjuring 2.
You see Frances O'Connor and Madison Wolfe as the Hodgsons.
And then you also see the little boy from the last movie.
Yes. Julian Hilliard is David. Yeah.
And so Ron Livingston died, I guess.
Yeah. Dead.
That's true. No, they got divorced, remember?
Yeah,
remember I told you
right,
the real
right,
chicken?
right.
They divorced. But no, I did think that it was, I was kind of like, they could have got so many more people, but then I was like, at the same time, it might be distracting if you had like 20 people that you're supposed to recognize. And then also, I thought maybe either intentionally or unintentionally, they were going for this like mother-daughter thing, and then they just threw the little boy in because he wants someone from the third one, and they can't get that girl from the White Lotus because she's too famous now.
Yeah. They did show them multiple times too. So like if you were in the audience and you were like, who the fuck? You probably were like really confused. Like, why do they keep showing these people?
Especially James Wan, who's not actually a character.
Yeah.
You know who they should have had there is Joseph Bashara.
He could have been the organist. The organist.
Yeah, he could have been crouched in the corner like.
It's me. I'm here.
Remember?
Oh man, that's amazing.
But yes, we did not get Sister Irene, and we also another one I was kind of disappointed is we did not get those two teens. I guess because they wouldn't be old enough. And what's his face? Love Victor. That would have been cool.
For a second,
big balls.
Yeah, for a second, I thought that the lady at the bridal store was one of the girls.
The way they were talking, I was like, "Wait, is this supposed to be that girl?" And then I was like, "No, it's not."
It's not. But that would have been so easy.
Yeah, they were talking like they were really good friends, and she was like, "Oh, my friend's married already."
And she's like, "What happened to like whatever?" And I was like, "Was that the guy's name? I can't remember."
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So.
And that's not the very end of the movie, right? There's still that Lorraine at the end is like, you know what? I had a vision.
Yeah, well, because they have the wedding and then they have the reception.
Right.
The reception, all the cameo people are gone. And you just have regular background. And then Lorraine saying, yes, I had a vision. And it kind of shows that they do, grow old, have grandchildren, blah, blah, blah.
We get robbed of yet another old man Patrick Wilson playing guitar to a bunch of grandchildren.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
I was so mad. I was like, no!
They talk about how they did tele exorcisms for a while over the phone.
And they tried to write the book.
And they write the book, but it was bad. I did think that was kind of funny. Because they did write a book, and the fact that she can be like, it sucked.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. We also, I guess, kind of glossed over that there was a whole sequence where they belabor the point that Patrick Wilson is going to throw the keys to the franchise to the young man. It's just like, oh God, okay, there you go.
Yes, but also it's like this guy in real life does take up the mantle.
He does,
and he runs the New England Society of Paranormal Researchers or whatever. And then, they only just sold that thing this month.
That's
or
right.
whatever. Like we talked about in the sequel news, like they just sold
to Matt Rife
the collection. Yeah, but so they're still involved, and
the whole movie did feel heavily like. We're backdoor piloting the Conjuring TV show with Tony and Judy.
I mean, maybe, but that's not really like that accurate because they continue to do like the legacy of the Warrens, but they don't go out really like ghosts because she doesn't want to.
But
in real life, she's like,
what
no.
would they? What else? I feel like the TV show. If it's gonna take place,
is there
after
an announced TV show?
There's one in development apparently, and it's supposed to take place after the films. So like,
it should be Sister Irene. Forget. Warrens now.
Yeah. I feel like they have to totally deviate from like real. They can maybe use real stories, but use different characters now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They do also belabor the point. Like we had 1,000 cases, and like we've only seen maybe like a half a dozen tops.
All the Nun movies count as one.
Nah. Yeah. But
all the Annabelles count as one.
This is all the same case.
Yeah, and then like this one is based on a true story. Once again, the mirror is a real thing that happened.
And you find out at the very end of the credits why they picked this one, because it's a Conjuring mirror.
Yeah, that's how they got it.
But, by the way, it's called a Conjuring mirror. And then it goes...
But once again, it's like all the stuff about connecting it to their personal lives is all made up, you know, and probably the fact that they had seen this mirror a billion years ago. I don't even know if Judy was really stillborn in any way, you know, just all that stuff is kind of like made up. But yes, there was a real case that involved this mirror and this family.
I mean, they show the mirror at the end, which is
so if there are 1,000 cases written down, I mean, I guess at least... Well, no, there's no such thing as a 22 episode season anymore, but there are at least 8 that will make a decent streaming series.
And at this point, like, why not just make things up? Like that might be better, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like Poltergeist: The Legacy, but the Warrens.
Here's my soapbox pitch of that we should be entering into a golden age of like 90s and early 2000s inspired horror of like haunted objects and folklore of like pre-internet times. And I think that this would be an amazing series to ground in like based on a true story, but it's all kind of made up of like those types of things. And I think that it would be awesome. And I think that it's right for that. I think that you already kind of see some of that. And I saw the TV Glow and some other things of that, you know, nostalgia era. And I think that something that is well and truly spooky can be made.
Yeah. And speaking of the real people, they actually did dedicate this movie to that guy that Annabelle killed last month. Oh, that guy Dan Rivera.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. And by Annabelle killed, I mean he died of natural causes.
Annabelle killed him
on a night that he had handled Annabelle recently.
Right.
But yeah, they dedicated the movie to him.
And by that we mean big CG Annabelle.
Maybe it was the big one. Yeah, you're right.
Really spooked him. Yeah. I mean on the Wikipedia it says in April 2023 an untitled television series in the franchise was announced as being in development. The show would take place chronologically after the events of the film.
This film?
The films. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe it is. I mean, I read an interview with like the 2 actors being like, "Sure, we'll take it over," but of course they're gonna say that. You know, it's gonna come down to whether the real Judy and Tony are comfortable with it. You know, and they were obviously comfortable enough with this script to, you know, have a cameo and to, you know, not make a stink.
Well, do they even like control it anymore?
Now it's Matt Rife.
Isn't it all?
Well, he owns the stuff, but I don't know who owns.
I think he owns the right.
They would own their own life rights. Judy and Tony.
Unless they sold it.
He might own rights to all the objects. So maybe.
Yeah, the objects. Yeah, but not like.
So if
like for example, Annabelle is like no, because it would be only the real object. It wouldn't be talking about any random. Annabelle doesn't look like the Raggedy Ann anyway because of the initial copyright issues.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that guy's going to be involved somehow.
Samurai armor.
All I know is that this movie's doing bananas business, and I know that they've been out in the press being like, we want to go out on top and not like run the franchise into the ground, but.
They did.
Someone's going to be like, look at how much money we
I really don't think that you can have a Conjuring, mainline Conjuring, without Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. I think that is the
movie
soul of the movie. Yes.
Yeah. I think they're going to try.
I think they're going to try. I think that you're going to have something. You're going to think long and hard about how you're replacing that.
Yeah, you either have to replace it with the daughter and her husband, or
they ain't got it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They might got it for a TV show. I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't think that like you have
they
to
could
move
totally
so far away from real life, like
yes.
to actually follow them going forward.
I think you have to explore a different.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that person.
Yeah, I think you have to explore a different part of this universe entirely in order to.
That's what I'm saying. The Adventures of Sister Irene.
Sister Irene, Drew
and Sister Irene. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Not like that. I just mean like working together. Yeah.
I bet there'll be another movie or something announced within a year. Or fairly quickly. Since the hype is so much. I mean, I just like, it's just weird because
Annabelle.
It is really weird because the last few movies did not do this well, and it's weird. Like maybe just because it's being so heavily billed as the final film.
I think people, like I was saying last week, people were really 2 weeks ago. People really like built up with wanting to see it after the other one came out during the pandemic.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Like,
yeah, it could be.
And yeah, horror.
The Nun 2 didn't even do as well, but it did.
Horror franchises are like, I mean, recently rebooted or whatever, are doing just crazy right now. Like the Final Destination being.
This is like this is the like 8th #1 film for Warner Brothers in a row or something, which is pretty wild. Pretty wild. They're having a bonkers year. Good for them, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
Congrats, Zaslav.
Well, is there anything else you guys want to say? Benjamin Wallfish took over the score on this one.
Yeah, that was interesting.
He also did. He did like Annabelle Creation or something, I think, as well. But
it was good. It was fine. Yeah.
What about the supervision?
It was all right. We got some David Bowie. I like the David Bowie ping pong table. Let's dance.
That was pretty. It was fine.
That was fun.
But wasn't that the murder in the last movie? Oh no.
No, that was who was that? I can't remember. It was not.
Yeah. Okay. It was something else, but yeah.
Rating system.
Rating system. I mean, I think I just got to say, how many big CG Annabelles would you give?
How many big CG? You know what? I've been trying to decide if I like this one better than the last mainline one. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's about the same. There's things that I like about it a little bit more and things that I don't like about it as much. I don't know. It's tough. I feel like I might have to give it around the same amount, which maybe was like a 6. I'll say 6 horribly CG Annabelles. Giant.
Big old CG Annabelles.
Because like, I do think, I think the stuff where it's trying to pull at the heartstrings a little bit of this being like the final outing of these guys worked for me, especially since, not only did we just watch these over the course of a month, we've been watching them now for several years because I've been watching them since the beginning in theaters. So I did kind of get, moved by that. I just wish that like things moved along. I wish they were, I wish the Warrens got to the house a little bit sooner. Things weren't so separate again like they were in the third film. And I don't know. I just feel like the scares, there were a couple good ones, and I did really jump once, but that was about it. I was not like super tense or scared for a lot of the things.
Dude, I jumped like 4 times. I don't even know why, but
Scaredy cat.
I know, yeah. So cheap. But I think I will give it, I don't know. I can't remember what I gave the third one, but
it's lost to time. There's no way to find it.
There's no way to know.
There's no way to know. I am, even though I do think there were some things that were lame or just straight up bad, I still will give it like, either a gentleman's 6, verging on a 7 almost, because I just for the throwbacks and the cameos and the Avengers Endgame style, like, let's bring all these people, because it's so exciting to me of us doing this, and I know no one else cares, but I was like, oh my god, like,
that was pretty cool.
I was very excited by that, and they finally got rid of Father Useless. So
they did get rid of Father Useless, which
you think Father Gordon was at the wedding as a ghost?
No, I do not. I refuse to believe that, actually.
But he would have been there. You'd think he would definitely would have been there.
No, he went to hell because he's Catholic and he killed himself.
But I mean, like, if he was alive. He was like family to them. You guys treated him so rudely.
I think we're going to have to go the mark of the beast here. I think I'm going to give it 6 big Annabelles. For all the reasons here. Like, I think there's some things this does correct. It's just like, get a bunch of kids in a house. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Check. I think that, the confirmation, all that stuff, good. I think that there's elements of this that I like, for all the reasons that feel like that it is getting back to normal, and into the prime grooves of this franchise. For all the reasons in the previous one that I was excited about how it departed, they kind of cancel each other out. I think that that there was a really great movie and a really great story to tell with the Warrens on the table, and I do not think that this delivers it. That being said, for all the reasons that you guys said, that it's still a fun watch. It's still fine. I don't hate it, but it feels like a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So, I mean, we have talked about it a little bit, especially with the TV show thing, but like, where does this franchise go next? I mean, I feel sort of done. I'm over Annabelle. I'm not that interested in this Crooked Man idea coming back to life. Nope. Obviously, La Llorona was decanonized, but I am not done with Taissa Farmiga. I would love to see more Nun. I don't know. I don't even care if she fights Valak, honestly. Like, she is the Nun, even though we call the Nun. Valak the Nun. Like, she's the Nun, and I want to see what she's up to.
I guarantee there will be more coming at some point. I think there was some discussion of like this movie being the end of like the phase 1 of the Conjuring universe or something.
That's wild.
I don't know if that's true, but you never know. I mean, the Nun, I don't know if they would go back to the Annabelle well since that's already been done 3, but the Nun has been pretty popular. Up until this point, the highest grossing film was the original Nun, I believe. This one will probably surpass that if it keeps up. But
that's crazy.
Wait, could Sister Irene fight Gabriel from *Malignant* with the timelines?
I mean, when did that one take place? I don't
even remember. I'm thinking about James Wan all being in
James
one
Wan
universe
verse,
now.
yeah.
That would be interesting.
Can Sister Irene fight Aquaman?
Can Sister Irene drive with Dom?
But it says, here we go. It says by August, Wan stated that future movies may include Judy Warren's real life experiences as a paranormal investigator. That was as of August 25th.
Agatha Christie.
I just think her experiences are not exciting.
Yeah.
One time, Zach Baggins came to dinner.
Yeah, it says in April 2025, the president and CCO of New Line Cinema announced at CinemaCon that the studio was actively developing a second phase of films, which are intended to follow the release of The Conjuring Last Rites. So there's going to be some sort of announcement. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, you know, within a couple weeks or something, there's some sort of like, this is what's happening next.
Yeah.
Since everyone's hyped about it at the moment. So
War in town.
War in town. War in peace.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But you know what? Whatever does happen, we'll be here to cover it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Sequel Rites. And thank you guys for tuning in for The Conjuring Last Rites and the whole universe.
Yes. The whole universe. Oh, we should mention, given our live taste test last week, that at the movie theater of your choice, AMC, where I saw this, that if you go to the flavor cloaca of the Coca-Cola machine, that all of the Fanta horror sodas are available.
Oh shit! I didn't even see that.
Yes.
I weirdly got an icy last time.
Yes, I noticed that. I was like, "What the?"
I was like, I'm feeling like having an icy like a child. I don't know.
But they have all the flavors. So.
Okay.
Very cool. You can try it for yourself.
You can.
Yeah, and I think we did talk about Mortal Kombat being pulled by a grappling hook into next year. So if you have any suggestions of maybe something we can do this fall, this winter.
And we're looking at. We had a listener email where we're suggested we finally watch My Summer Story.
Oh right.
Oh yes,
and we're looking at maybe doing that before the end of the year
as a bonus. But yeah, if you have another franchise that you want to suggest, let us know at sequelrights@gmail.com or on Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, and YouTube.
We'll probably be tackling another one before the year is out here. So yeah, please let us know so we know what you guys want to hear. We already have some ideas, but we're going to keep them to ourselves for now. Other than My Summer Story. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. And we got to leave you with a very special AI generated song. We lost one of the characters that's been in all the movies. Has he been in all the movies?
The Conjurings, yes.
Yeah, he's been in all the Conjuring movies.
I think.
Poor Father Gordon. This one goes out to you, man.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Sorry, another
you guys
Simpsons
are so
joke
rude.
for you.
You guys are so rude to poor Father Gordon. He just was trying to help all the time.
And then not helping.
And then not helping. That's right. All right, so enjoy this one about Father Useless or whatever you want to call him. We'll see you guys next time, very soon, hopefully, for another episode of Secret Rites. See you then.
We thought he'd make it through the night. holding up that cross so tight. But the demon had another plan. Tore him down where he would stand. Holy water couldn't save the fight. Prayers got swallowed in the dark of night. We cried out as the candles blew. The church bells tolled, we all knew. Father Gordon, no! Don't let the shadows take your soul. You fought the evil, now you're gone, but your spirit's singing on. Father Gordon, no! We needed you, don't let go. Even when the ride was lost, you stayed until the final cross. The Warrens whispered, God, please stay. But the demon dragged him far away. Another martyr for the fight, another soul consumed by night. His rosary fell from his hand. The devil's laughter filled the land. We'll never forget that final blow. We cried out loud, Father Gordon, no! Now the candles glowing white at Judy's wedding on that night. Was that a shadow by the pew? A smiling ghost who still believes it's true. He raised a glass though none could see. Bless the bride and family. A phantom toast, a holy cheer. We felt his presence standing near. Father Gordon, no, you left too soon, but still you show in every vow and every song. Your spirit's been here all along. Father Gordon, no, the church still fights, we'll let them know. Though you were struck, you did not fall. You haunt the shadows